Texas Tech Heisman hopeful Byron Hanspard runs the Red Raiders as he looks for yet another 200-yard day. Head coach Spike Dykes hopes to have the Bulldogs seeing red this afternoon. Georgia counters with its own gifted running back, the amazing Robert Edwards. New head coach Jim Donnan is looking to bring the Bulldog glory back to Georgia football. A rainy night in Georgia, 80,000 plus making their way inside the hedges, and luckily they've come prepared for some inclement weather at Sanford Stadium tonight. The matchup between the Big 12's Texas Tech Red Raiders and from the Southeastern Conference, the Georgia Bulldogs.
For the Texas Tech Red Raiders, setting a school record with 272 yards against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. The bulk of that in 3 quarters as he sat out most of the 4th quarter. He is a legitimate Heisman candidate. On the other side, Robert Edwards, at the beginning of last season, was leading the nation in rushing and scoring before a foot injury ended his season. This year, he has started off much the same way with back-to-back 100-yard games. And take a look at where he is in the first 4 starts. Rodney Hampton, Herschel Walker, Terrell Davis, Garrison Hurst, a veritable who's who in the NFL. Edwards is primed for the next level.
Jim Donnan still looking for his first victory as the head coach at Georgia. Texas Tech a slight favorite even on the road. Not only the great running back, but one of the top 10 defenses in the country. Numbers through 2 games are not good. 43%, 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Fractured a knee in game 4, back at the same level as before the injury. The backfield including Callaway and the great runner at tailback Edwards, Ward a wide out alongside Daniels, Brown the tight end. Meadows in his 29th straight start of the night. They'll present an 8-man front. The 4 up front, Rager, Chandler, McGuire, and Tony Daniels, who missed last year after a freak swimming accident. The 4 linebackers, including the Rover, they call him the Raiderback, Jody Brown. Butler replaces All-America Zach Thomas. Darden, who has played 3 positions in his career, Turner and Dane Johnson in the secondary. On second down, a bit of a delay, and Edwards into the secondary for about 8 or 9 yards. It'll be 3rd and short.
Giving the illusion that they might throw the ball, they go with the delay, get a good gain, setting up second.
4 yards after spraining that left knee. And the fullback gets the carry but does not get the first down. Callaway hit immediately by the nose tackle, Cody McGuire.
The punt now. Texas Tech is going to get the ball in pretty good field position. I guess in a night like this is as inclement as you pointed out, Dave. Your defense has to set the tone, and Texas Tech certainly did with that stick there.
Zebby Lethridge, a Lubbock native, last year set the Southwest Conference record of 211 consecutive passes without an interception, and this year they want him to not necessarily up the interception total, but perhaps take a few more chances than he did last year. He, like Bobo, not a high percentage passer. He was below 50% last year, and he's below 40% this year, 36%, but no interceptions. Jones, the fullback for Hanspard, the 3rd leading rusher in the nation, coming in with an average of better than 193 yards per game. Scoville, the senior from Dallas, heading the wideout crew, and Ben Kaufman, the senior from Edinburgh, at left tackle, leading the offensive line. First toss is complete for Hanspard. Byron Hanspard, also an outstanding receiver out of the backfield. Georgia defense with Snellings up front, joined by Ferguson, Stroud for the injured Jermaine Smith at nose guard, Tootle at the bandit defensive end. The linebackers Tolbert, Bright, and Jones. Bright 35 tackles through just 2 games so far. Corey Johnson, a 3rd-year starter, 2nd team All-SEC last year as a junior. Again, the Raiders out of the eye. The first option pitch to Hanspard, easily with the first and into Bulldog territory, where he's got it out of bounds near midfield by Ronald Bailey.
Side of the field, take a look at the bottom of your screen. Tight end comes off, gets the inside backer, excellent block, and Hanspard has great momentum heading downfield, getting the first down at midfield. There's him
just showing the low completion percentage, but he is a big play passer. Hanspard through right tackle for about 8.
There's a good example right there, Dave, of something that was pointed out to us by Spike Dykes yesterday, and that was Hanspard's ability now to be a little bit more patient with experience.
As a power runner, and yet he does break a lot of tackles. Option left for Hanspard. Turns it up for the first. And now to bounds at last at the 33-yard line. Chased there by Brian Jones again.
Stacy Mitchell, one of the smallest players in collegiate football at 5'5", 150 pounds.
We'll hear from Stacy Mitchell at some point this evening. Great deep threat. Movement up front of the flag on the tackle, number 92, Jason Ferguson. Bud Alexander from the Big 12.
Ball, offside, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So on 1st and 5, Hanspard. And it never really opened up off right tackle. Hanspard. Movement again up front, right side defensive line. Hanspard to the 20 with the markers down. We'll see if they were drawn offside.
Dave, Texas Tech is known for their quick count. They want
5% of the time is going to go on first down.
Defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
They've been doing to give Georgia a different look.
Spike Dykes, the Dean Emeritus, I guess, of the Southwest Conference. He was the longest standing head coach before the league dissolved following last year. And a pickup of 3 yards. This is Sammy Morris, the backup fullback. And on second effort, Morris sets up the Red Raiders first down and goal to go. Finally wrestling him down was Brandon Tolbert from strong side linebacker. At Sanford Stadium on 2nd and goal. Hanspard following his blockers all the way into the end zone. And a rather easy opening touchdown drive for Texas Tech, caps with the Byron Hanspard 4-yard touchdown run.
Jay Pugh, Chris Whitney, and Lynn Sherlock just basically pushed the red shirts into the end zone. There was nothing fancy about that at all.
Scoble for a 7-0 Red Raider lead, and bobbling the snap is Scoble. Trying to make something out of the play. Ball is loose, picked up by Corey Johnson, and it will remain 6-0.
Was it a bad snap? You take a look, it was just a little bit wide. Scoble tried to make something out of nothing, but nobody is out there at wide receiver, and so as a result, Georgia catches a bit of a break. Nonetheless, Texas Tech draws first blood, 6-0.
And Byron Hanspard carries on 8 of them for 40 yards and the money on the 4-yard touchdown run. Can't cap it off with the PAT, but
there may be an upset brewing in Ann Arbor, Michigan in the rain. Boston College already tied at 7 with the Wolverines when Omari Walker shreds the Michigan defense en route to a 20-yard touchdown run. Boston College leads at 14-7. Perhaps the Wolves can't stand the prosperity of last week's win over Colorado.
Gun on first down. Raiders coming with the blitz. Short toss. Inside, there's running room and a big gainer. On first down, Corey Allen dragged down near the 20-yard line. Corey Turner prevents a touchdown, but 58 yards for Allen.
Come right here and come back on the flanker screen. They come with a blitz, and there's nobody in the middle of the field. As he cuts upfield, watch to the top left of your screen. Watch Robert Edwards hustle up and make a block, enabling him to get the extra yardage. He thought he's going to go the distance, but dragged down by Corey Turner, preventing the touchdown.
Bobo thinks it's 6. Injury level of play from Bobo yet. Out of the shotgun, option pitch, Edwards near the 10, and it's first down, Georgia. 4 wideouts, and Kurtzy, the only running back. Daniels bursts in to upset the option pitch and recover the fumble. This is the man that missed all of last year after injuring his knee, diving into a swimming pool. Did they ever miss him?
Here he is right here. He knifes in and he gets Bobo before he can anticipate the pitch. Bobo has to be aware of the fact that with the 4 wide receiver set, there is no tight end to offset that defensive end. He comes in completely clean. He needed to make a quicker pitch. Daniels would not allow that, and great hustle on the part of Daniels to recover the ball. Bobo's going to have to be cognizant of next time when they run it out of that 4 wide set.
And back to work goes Hanspard, who's carried on almost every play so far for the Red Raiders. This one good for 5 or 6 near the 30, and he's hit there by Brandon Tolbert, along with Corey Johnson.
To stop Hanspard.
Sammy Morris in motion. Hanspard heading left. Breaking a tackle. 43-yard line. And a pickup of 15.
Ball effectively, you have to jam things in and overpower people. You spread beat you in that way.
So a 3rd and 12. And Lethbridge looks over the middle, has Scoville, who can't bring it in inside the 30.
Hail to the victors, not just yet, but Michigan has tied the score against Boston College. Scott Dreisbach up top. Great reception there by Ty Streets. Dreisbach punched it in a play later. It is 14-14 with 14:45 left in the fourth.
18 lined the game for the first, the 38-yard line. Edwards tries to get the corner turned and does, and is very close for the first.
2-37, they got out to big lead of 28-0, almost 1,000-yard combined total offense. Eric Zier, school record 4 touchdowns for the Georgia Bulldogs. Bam Morris, 125 yards rushing and 2 TDs for Texas Tech. And Bam Morris might be reunited, or actually united, I guess, with Eric Zier soon. Morris talking to the Baltimore Ravens, where Eric Zier is a backup quarterback now, Dave.
There's a guy who may break the records of Morris, and Hanspard, who takes it off right tackle. Big running room. Just a great knack of running through arm tackles and reaches the 31. Brian Jones there after another 18-yard pickup. Amazing. Hanspard following Sammy Morris into the hole and nears midfield. And nears 100 yards. 16 on that one. Johnson and Bailey.
What you see with regards to Georgia's defense is their defensive backs. People like Corey Johnson and middle linebacker Greg Bright have an inordinate amount of tackles. I noticed that Bright had 30. Can be deceiving.
Hanspard this time they're ready, and he is wiped out at the line of scrimmage by Chris Terry. All at a gain of 1. Offset eye, short drop, Lethbridge to the side, and Sheldon Bass has the catch and is very close for the first down. Stops the clock at 25 seconds to go, first quarter, and close enough to measure. Lethbridge, for a time, a two-sport athlete at Texas Tech, for part of his freshman year, backup guard for James Dickey's basketball team, and has ever since then concentrated strictly on football. Bass does have the first.
You pointed out at the top, Dave, the idea
between the hedges at Sanford Stadium, where it's 6-0 Red Raiders over the Bulldogs. In motion, Lethbridge with the quick option pitch, and there's no room for Hanspard. Of 2. And on 3rd and 7, Lethbridge. A couple of pump fakes, going to keep and be very close to the marker at the 32-yard line. In front of Hanspard, who takes the give and will be close. Where they mark it's going to be just inside the 32. He needed to get just outside the 32. So Hanspard had 96 in holding. We had 1 needed on second down. Inside give. Morris struggling near the 10. Finally tripped up at the 11. 12 yards for Morris, a redshirt freshman out of San Antonio.
Interesting move there. He does the sidestep that would lead you to believe that he's leading Hanspard.
Lethbridge after the audible. Option pitch. Hanspard tries to turn the left corner and squeezes to the 5 with a marker down.
Even Todd, Michigan has jumped out on top of Boston College. This is how. Scott Dreisbach up top. The tight end, Jeremy Tooman, he'll go do the rest. 57 yards in all, but they missed the extra point, and that could be significant with 9 minutes left in the game.
Spike Dyke's not happy with this turn of events. This is holding Texas Tech. They were near the 5-yard line. 33% for the year on 3rd down, and tonight they need 14 yards. Timing pattern is picked off and returned to the 20-yard line by Alandis Sims.
Alandis Sims was a defensive back who was with Coach Jim Donnan at Marshall. Take a look. It's going to be a pop-up, and arguably the biggest play of the game thus far for Sammy Morris is going to be this tackle, because all the white shirts are on the left side of the field. There's nobody over there, and Sims right here. If Morris doesn't get over and make this tackle, Sims could be going an awful long way. Take a look at all the white shirts. They're on the other side of the field. Glenn Ford is the one that keeps it going.
Fullback Morris, who goes in motion to balance the set. Lethbridge with all day. Now the protection collapses around him. He is sacked by Travis Stroud.
whack, they're not going to call it.
They're just not buying the act anymore.
Exactly.
Bobo sets up the screen nicely. Edwards with some blockers out front, and he will reach the 40. One of the better gainers of the day for the Georgia offense. It goes 19 yards. Your left guard out of Atlanta. Midway second quarter. Bobo ready to go deep. And overthrows Hines Ward, who was well covered by Corey Turner. Second and 10, the 41-yard line. Third straight pass. Bobo, he'll never get it off. Sacked by Daniels.
He will be cognizant of when to get rid of the ball. As soon as he starts to backpedal right now, okay, I got to get rid of it. Just get rid of it. He's got to get a feel for that. As you saw, he had what's known as, to use the athletic colloquialism, the happy feet. He's got to know right now where his outlet guy is.
Screen to Corey Allen. Not much has happened since, and the offense remains in the doghouse. Texas Tech first and 10 from the 24-yard line. Georgia's defense has figured some things out, though. Now on a 3rd and 7. Lethbridge on the roll. Has a man wide open if he sees him. It's Ryan Jones, the fullback. He doesn't see him, and he overthrows 88 way up the side. Philip Hayes. Had he looked a little farther right, Ryan Jones was a good 40 yards from the nearest defender.
Oh, he's your main man.
He's out at the moment, and Kurtzy, the backup, is in. Over the middle, bobbled, but caught by Matt Dixon. First catch of the year for the walk-on senior from Cohutta, Georgia, and it goes for 12 and a first down. 134 total yards. Protected well. And again, overthrown and almost intercepted. Intended for Ward, almost a pick for Darden. It was fumbled and recovered by Corey Johnson, who couldn't return it much for Georgia. Hanspard does know where to go. Lowers his head, runs right into Brian Jones with a penalty flag down.
Getting the people off the ball, but as we pointed out, about 20 of the yards have come here in this particular stanza.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay second down.
Pushed back by the penalty to the 22. Morris across in motion. Lethbridge, quarterback draw. Zebby Lethbridge nears the 40-yard line, near a first down. He got right at about 17. Johnson and Jones chasing down there.
Doing particularly for the offensive side of the ball.
Hanspard caught behind the line, but with the extra effort, reaches across the 40, and that will be enough for the first down. Tremendous effort by Hanspard, who really had no business not losing 2 or 3, but he got the first. Steady rain throughout. It has not abated even one bit. It's supposed to move through a little bit later tonight. Lethbridge all day. Now fires intended for DeBucket is picked off by Corey Johnson. That's what Lethbridge is good at, avoiding. 211 in a row last year, a Southwest Conference record without an interception, but this one thrown up for grabs.
This is just a bad throw. He has plenty of time. He completely overthrows Dubak here.
Edwards replaced again by Kurtzy as they set up the screen for Juan Daniels, and it is read well by Jody Brown, the Raider back. In essence, a rover. He's sometimes a linebacker, sometimes a strong safety. More aggressive offense than they saw to end the first half. 1-1 Texas Tech leading 0-2 Georgia at the half between the hedges 6-0 as we return you to our studios.
Teammate Glenn Ford, and that's where we are right now, 6-0. You take a look at the statistics, time of possession nearly 2-1 as well as the total yards, but has been said over and over again, there's lies, damn lies in statistics, and right now Georgia very much in this game only down 6 points. Out his opportunity if you're the backup to Byron Hanspard. You certainly have fresh legs when it's your turn.
Irvin, another opportunity, makes the most of it. Slices off tackle for first down yardage to the 45-yard line. 2 yards in the first half. On 3rd down and 7, the catch is made. But Malcolm McKenzie won't have the first down. He is driven out of bounds a yard short of the marker by Brian Jones.
That's a great job by Brian Jones to get out there and make that tackle, because He broke the tackle of the corner, and it appeared from our vantage point that he was just going to fall forward and make the catch. Instead, Jones hustles over. It's just that for whatever reason, he keeps getting these freak injuries.
3 wides again. Good protection. Deep ball for Ward. Almost brings it in. Well covered, though, by Tony Darden. Let's get an update on Byron Hanspard from Pam Ward.
Hey, really not too big of a deal. What they did is Byron Hanspard is okay. Physically, he's okay. They just retaped him during halftime, but just weren't able to do it quickly enough to get him in on the first series, so you'll see him in the next offensive series for Tech.
Langley. Bobbled by Johnson. Fumble. Picked up by the Bulldogs. D.J. Johnson recovers the fumble by Dane Johnson, and a huge break for the Georgia faithful.
Not to take the short punt. He has to run up. He bobbles it a little bit. That's great hustle on the part of Quentin Davis to get down and separate Johnson from the ball. If you recall earlier in the second quarter, similar situation, Dane Johnson let it go and roll for a 50-yard punt. This time he hustles up, tries to make the catch, cannot hang on. Great effort on the part of Davis to separate him from the football.
All but the first couple of games of broken foot. Bobo, pump fake, caught by Daniels. To the 36-yard line, where it'll be third and about 3. Eric Butler delivers the initial hit. Here. Still not in a comfortable rhythm. On 3rd and 3, it's Kurtzy with a cutback, and he can't get away from Jody Brown, who came up from the rover spot for the big tackle, joined there by Armour, and decision time now. Going for it with 4 wideouts on 4th and 4. They swing to Kurtzy. Kurtzy will not get to the marker. Tremendous job by Dane Johnson and Robert Johnson, number 7, to run him down.
Dave, Jim Donnan, the brand new head coach, taking it a little hard. He says, to get beat the way we got beat, something I haven't experienced in my coaching career. He says, I guess I'm getting paid back, referring, of course, to his marvelous 1AA career at Marshall University, where he won a national championship. He also talked to us later about the difference in media scrutiny between West Virginia and here in the Athens, Atlanta area, and so far it has not been a great start. But he is playing with other people's kids, obviously, but Donnan right now feeling a little pressure.
After Glenn Mason decided he would stay at Kansas. Inside comes Kurtzy and runs through some tackles. Warren Kurtzy to the 42. Darden chases him down, but not before 33 yards. And a first down, Georgia. On 3rd down is 0 for 8 for the night. Bobo looking deep, and a full layout can't bring it in for Corey Allen, who had a step on Corey Turner. Easy on the eyes.
Easy on the eyes.
Lethbridge, quarterback draw. Close, very close for the first.
From this vantage point, it looks like he's a little bit short. And if for whatever reason Bobo was struggling, might he go to Hines Ward? And he said no, that he would go to Smith.
It's still Bobo, and he does find Ward. Speak of the devil. 20 yards on the first.
Well, let's not say speak of the devil. His parents might not appreciate that. Take a look, just knifes inside the zone. Looks back. Bobo puts the ball right on the numbers. Good throw by this quarterback, who frankly has been a little bit maligned this evening. But right there, terrific throw.
But his mother, who is from South Korea, lives in Georgia, and he decided he had to stay close enough to her. Kurtzy in jail and dropped for a loss by Eric Butler.
Ran right into Eric Butler, and talking about having some huge shoes to fill. Eric Butler replacing the departed Zach Thomas, now the starting middle linebacker for the Miami Dolphins. Lee Butler, whatever that's supposed to mean.
Loss of 3. Bobo for Ward, and they hook up again. Hines Ward tiptoeing out of bounds near the 15-yard line. 31 yards.
And Brown, the redshirt freshman, has Ward on the corner route. But Ward is able to turn him around with a good post move. Breaks the tackle, cannot quite tiptoe. He stays in bounds for some extra yardage.
At Texas Tech with an audible. Blitz comes, Bobo just gets it off in time, and it's picked off by Corey Turner. Same old story for a very frustrated Georgia offense.
Down, feel free to burn a timeout. Watch from the right of your screen. That certainly alters the throw. From the backside, it appeared that that was Anthony Armour that caused him to throw that ball a little bit short. There it is. He hits the right arm, and that forces the ball to be a little bit short. Easy interception for Texas Tech. And that man right there, Corey Turner. Texas Tech. And that man right there, Corey Turner.
Tech also came in on the blitz. They are backed up on the 1. Hands fired to the 5. Spun down there by Derek Bird.
Third down conversions have been a struggle for both teams tonight.
Inside and nothing. Jason Ferguson all over Byron Hanspar.
On that particular call, very conservative.
Hernandez out of his own end zone.
Nice kick.
That's Ward to his 39.
That's great coverage by Texas Tech. He outkicked his coverage, but those people hustled down. There's a situation where Georgia, decent field position, but they could have had a lot better field position. Good special teams play on the part of the Red Raiders. Still has a quarter and 20 seconds to redeem himself.
There's this one complete. On his knees, the catch made by Matt Dixon, his second of the night and of the year. Let's check in quickly with Mike Adamle.
Dave Todd, number 19, Iowa, visiting Tulsa. The Golden Hurricane had not thrown a touchdown pass in 40 quarters. The streak is over. Wes Caswell, 13 yards. John Fitzgerald. Tulsa leads by 3.
Stadium. Still Red Raiders 6, Bulldogs nothing. Elbow in the shotgun. Robert Edwards out the entire second half. Foot injury. Elbow pass is complete to Juan Daniels. Nice juking after the catch for about 4 extra yards, 27 all told. Caps gained some confidence at last here in the second half. This, however, is where they've been bogging down. And again, Callaway knocked back for a loss of 1. Second and still 10. Here comes Ward. And to the 15-yard line where it got crowded. Rager on another tackle.
That's the 4th time that they've tried that flanker screen. An awful lot of bodies in the middle.
Ward inside of Daniels right. Bobo with good protection to the end zone. It is caught, but it is not a touchdown for Hines Ward. He's about 6 inches shy.
Man coverage got exactly what they wanted. Bobo Waits comes out of the break, throws the ball right on the money. Falls right on the goal line. That's a touchdown.
The 6th play of this drive coming up. It's the longest sustained drive of the night for the Georgia offense. Quarterback sneak. Touchdown. Georgia have Hines boots it through for the first 4th quarter points of the year for the Georgia Bulldogs and their first lead of the night. And from the 2 comes the return.
Good blocking.
Big time return for Clint Robertson. Had exactly what the Red Raiders needed. 40 yards out to the 44 where the kicker Ford makes the stop for Georgia.
So the Iowa Hawkeyes come right back. Quarterback Matt Sherman rolls to his left, finds his favorite receiver Tim Dwight. Touchdown of 4 yards. Iowa back on the top, 14-10.
Back to Oklahoma. He has Jim Donnan's old job, the Sooners offensive coordinator. They set up the screen. Hanspar close to the marker. May have the first down at the Georgia 47. Hanspar left tackle. This is how he looked in the first quarter. Still going. Will take it all the way. 47 yards for his second touchdown.
Hanspar goes 47 yards for the touchdown.
And the familiar scene around one of the most deeply religious athletes in the United States, Byron Hanspard, for his latest daring do, 47 yards and both Texas Tech touchdowns.
Watch the hand that he puts on the right hand of his guard right there, and that's the block that springs him. Great job on the part of Chris Whitney, who gets out in front, the left offensive tackle. Hanspard waits, push him. When I was a kid, I used to watch Gale Sayers do that.
3 plays to get the lead back. Now they want it at 7. Lethbridge gonna make up his mind. Now keeps and is wiped out and didn't get in. They're going to mark him about a foot shy. Ramon Cooper saves 2.
Puts him into the end zone. This is the play that you would have anticipated for the 2-point conversion, because you've got a quarterback that runs so well. Now take a look at the hit and what it does. 50, bam! Right there, he skips just inside the 1-yard line. Good call by the official. He did not get in. Hanspard cuts out, showing the speed, the 6-foot, 190-pounder, now the 185 yards. More importantly, getting the Red Raiders.
And then 3 plays, all it takes Hanspard to score. Up to now, officially 186 yards, 14 broken tackles, and he has almost 90 yards after 5. With Bobo flanked by Kurtzy from the shotgun, and there's the pitch to Torrin Kurtzy. To midfield, first down Georgia, chased down by Dane Johnson, gain of 14. And so they replanted the new hedges. They sold the old ones off, 1,500 or so. Raised a goodly amount of money. Had to relocate the graves of the former mascots. The Uggas had to be disinterred. They've been moved. Bobo, deep, Ward didn't turn around until it was too late.
And once again, Butler in the lap of Bobo.
When he was coaching against Barry Sanders, they showed Hanspard some Barry Sanders tape recently near the 15-yard line. It was before, in fact, the afternoon of the Oklahoma State game 2 weeks ago. And lo and behold, the coaches afterwards said, well, we showed him that tape, and hours later, he's executing Barry Sanders spin moves.
I just think that if you have the ability to copy like that, hey, might as well.
This is big on 3rd and 1. Flags are down. Hanspard, if the play stands, has the first down.
Both the flags came from the backfield, which would seem to indicate possibly Georgia might have had too many people on the field.
We have 12 players participating on the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Penalties costly from a field position standpoint.
Jones, the fullback, taking it inside. The Tech coming right back. Hanspard is caught for a loss by Paul Snelling, the sophomore out of LaGrange, Georgia. Lethbridge will keep for the first, rolls forward, reaches the 40. I can't fire that coach because that's me. I'm in charge of special teams. On another blind bootleg, Lethbridge, midfield, should have another first. And a penalty marker down. This may well be holding against Texas Tech's Sheldon Bass.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
Hanspard going to have the first and a lot more to the 42 of Georgia as he goes over the 200-yard mark and make it 4 of his last 5 games he's done that. How to last time out against Oklahoma State, better than 200 on this 11-yard pickup.
Kevin Ward, Chris Whitney, and Lynn Scherler again do an outstanding job of moving people up. Give credit also to P.J. Jacine here on the right side. That's a gap, and once again, when does he finally get touched? Right there. He's already 10 yards past the line of scrimmage before he even gets touched.
Numbers for Hanspard. 115 against Kansas State. Left that one injured. 272 left that one because it was a blowout win. 31-3. Didn't play really but one series of the 4th quarter. And tonight he has gone virtually the whole way.
Man, good example for young people throughout the nation.
3rd down, Lethbridge. Doing it on his own, but big trouble. Couldn't get rid of it. Down he goes. Snellings and Brian Jones at last chase down Lethbridge. That's like visiting the rodeo. As we roll near the 3-minute mark. And another good one. Takes the Texas Tech hop. They're going to kill it at the 3-yard line.
Wow.
Can't do it any better than that. Just as the kick is down by Tech, the rain picks back up. Bobo throws that one in heavy coverage, intended for Juan Daniels, in really triple coverage. Like the post-injury Bobo. Now he's starting to look like he did before he fractured the knee last year. Complete at the 30 is Hines Ward. Maybe his best pass of the night. Goes for 27 yards.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. He threw it between two defenders. He's double teamed on this particular play.
Have encountered. Well protected throughout the second half. Diving grab near midfield is made by Juan Daniels. So he's starting to find the wideout. Bobo deep for Daniels and overthrows him. He made the break to get.
Gonna come with the blitz.
Corner blitz. Bobo off balance. Did well just to avoid the sack that time. General direction to Matt Dixon. They will go for it, obviously, on 4th and 10.
Blitzes.
Deep for Daniels. Got it. Complete at the 22.
And while you go man-for-man coverage, Daniels with a little bit of a push, makes a great adjustment, turns away, comes back, makes the catch. He does get the 1 foot inbounds.
6'2" target Daniels brings it in. Bobo gets this one off under pressure, and luckily for him, he puts it far enough out there that Robert Johnson cannot run it down. No curtsy. Edwards has missed the whole half. Blitz comes again. Bobo rolling for the end zone in a big crowd intended for Juan Daniels, Fred Golerjack and Merrill Hodge.
I'm sorry, Dave. One thing they have to be thinking about here is a situation where they're going to go for it on 4th down anyway. Why not pick up 5-6 yards? You don't have to keep throwing into the end zone.
Got it off in time. Hangs it up for Daniels. Flag is down. He made the catch anyway. Touchdown. Bobo will limp off the field. He got hurt after completing the touchdown pass despite pass interference. What an adjustment by Juan Daniels. But now the question, can Bobo run a 2-point conversion?
Take a look at the shot that he takes throwing off his back leg. Daniels makes a great adjustment. You can see there. Oh, he pushes off a little bit and is able to get away with it. He pushes Jody Brown away. The flag goes down. Brown did get a piece of his helmet early on, but that's a lot of hand fighting. That certainly could have gone the other way, Dave.
To the top of your screen. Curtsy the setback. Bobo option. Pitch on the reverse to Ward.
Stanford option. Can he break a tackle?
On the dive.
Wow. This is what's known as the Stanford option. They're going right. He flips it to the wide receiver. He comes across. Tight end comes back. He gets a big block. Is he going to break a tackle? Forget it. I'm going airborne. I'm in. Wow. How exciting. Hines Ward, who has really made a major contribution here in the second half. Right there, evidently, that's what the official decided. But he was celebrating a bit too much. And as a result, they are going to be pushed back. That is absolutely a huge penalty. As you take a look once again, now at the end of the play, if we follow it, we're not able to. Jim Donnan has to be very excited by what he sees, and particularly pleased with Mike Bobo and the way he has sucked it up in the second half, shown an awful lot of fortitude.
I think really all they decided was worthy of a penalty was what Ward did after he helicoptered into the end zone. 10-play drive, 97 yards in a minute 12. When that 2-point conversion unfolded, you had to be thinking, what in the world? The last thing you'd expect is Bobo running the ball as much as he had been limping. Now, they must have waved off this celebration penalty because they're letting him kick from the 35. All 3 timeouts from their 28-yard line. Malcolm McKenzie in motion. Byron Hanspard picking his way for only 2 or 3. By the way, is 53 yards. He's hit already from that distance. Lethbridge gets away, underthrown, intended for an open Matt DeBuck.
Plenty of time, good protection. He just couldn't deliver the ball.
Clock stops at 1:07. Only 5 of 15 for 39 yards. Pressure comes. They set up Hanspard with the screen. First down. To the 45 goes Byron Hanspard, under a minute. You're exactly right. You got to get the play call. That took right at 9 seconds. Batted down. Intended for DeBuck. Snelling's got a hand on it. This is Rain. Out of time to get that on 2nd and 10. Lethbridge. Intended for Scoville. It was almost intercepted by Glenn Ford. Chance to send this one to OT. Lethbridge with some work to do. And again, overthrown, intended for Bass. Ronald Bailey with good coverage. Last gasp time. Protect.
And you're right. That's what it comes down to.
Lethbridge complete inside the 40 for Matt DeBuck. 16 yards, 26 seconds to go. They move the chains. Going to need at least another 5 yards to get in Greaser's range. And they're close with the catch by McKenzie. Out of bounds, 36-yard line. Pump fake, overthrown, intended for Donnie Hart. 3 wideouts right side. Lethbridge under some pressure, incomplete. Hanspard got tied up in the backfield. They wanted to set him up on a screen, and he got tied up with Jermaine Smith, the nose guard. Time. Good snap and hold. Has enough on it. No good.
Wow. Wow. The snap is good. The hold is good. He takes that little extra half step. You can see the compression about how slowly it is, but it just goes off to the left. About a foot to the left, a la Scott Norwood in the Super Bowl.
And Pam Ward, Dave Barnett saying so long from Athens, Georgia, where the Bulldogs win it for Jim Donnan, 15-12. Coming up, Craig Bolerjack and Merrill Hodge in Minnesota. Syracuse and the Golden Gophers already underway.